Hello again. Left the car boot open, but with the magic of this, look at that. Clever, eh? Hello, I'm back. Overthinking these things. Again, don't forget these first, let's say the first 50 of these aren't going to be watched by anyone. But I'm coming to like nice locations. I've come to Teg's Nose Country Park, which is, I mean, really beautiful. There's Rio. Yeah, Teg's Nose is lovely. I think in the when it's really sunny, it's magic, the view from the top. But I've decided to come a bit of a walk down and round. Oh, hello, and round. And super cleverly, half of this, or the back end of this, is a really steep hill. So I'll be puffing and panting and out of breath, but it doesn't matter, because why? Because none of these matter. These are just getting out there and doing it. I'm having a bit of a job because I'm doing things on a shoestring budget at the minute. This memory card, the memory card's fine, seems to hold enough data, and the GoPro battery is fine for what I'm doing, just coming out for an hour and just walking. Make sure Rio don't, yeah. But then I'm editing it all on a bit of an old laptop, and the laptop's got no memory, and I'm trying to transfer files across, and I'm having a nightmare. But I figured what I'm going to do, I'm going to record 9 of these, get 9 recorded, and then put them out on YouTube, schedule them like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 3 weeks, gives me 3 weeks of content. And I want to, yeah. And then obviously during those 3 weeks I'll keep doing more and more stuff. Go on, mate. And I'll be able to keep on top of it, because something that I think I did obviously with my Chef Rick channel that I use, or that I do, it was so easy during lockdown, just keep smashing out videos, and then we opened a restaurant. Actually opened a restaurant, ran that for a year and a bit, and so your YouTube falls by the wayside, as does everything else in your life, your mental health and your money and everything else. But now with my Chef Rick, I'm really making a conscious effort, because like I've said before, got a great job, as in I work for a great company, and I've got a great job in the sense that it's like I'm very happy doing it, and I love the product and I like the people who work there, but money wise it's not at all where I need to be. And pleasure, I don't get any of the satisfaction out of it, do you know what I mean, at the end of the week and all the rest of it. Anyway, Rio's just been to lose, so do excuse me, I'm going to sort that. There we go. So yeah, I had what was I talking about? Uploading videos and doing it properly, and then someone started talking about my job again. But this is what I want to do. I want to do this full time. I want to do YouTube videos, create content, and so I think 3 a week. Oh, consistency, that's where I was going with it all. Yeah, consistency. So you've got to be consistent with what you're uploading. Give you a little view of what I can see at the minute, how lovely it is around here. And with this new channel that you're watching now, or that you're not, you know what I mean, I'm going to be really consistent with it. Like, use a scheduling tool, so it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it's not that I have to record. And one thing I really like about the Blot Outdoors show, he's doing it all on his phone and he's editing it. It looks great as well. But when he does a video, it's like, this will be up tonight, and it's way more, I don't know, I really like that when it's kind of a bit, not live, but up to date, really up to date. And I'm holding this in, yeah, if I just, there we go, makes it a bit easier. Yeah, a little bit easier, there we go. Or Bill Burr's podcast, he's talking about, you know, relevant things that are happening current at the moment, but it still doesn't really date it, because you can listen to an old podcast and he might start talking about something that's happening in the world, and because he's doing it in a humorous way or an interesting way, you're not you're not bothered that this happened a couple of years ago. So anyway, consistency is the key, I think, and I want to really make sure that YouTube likes the way I'm doing things. So you hear about this algorithm, and it's all just make sure you're consistent and regular, which is what I'm going to do. So we've just come to the bottom of the hill. We're actually going to end up right back up there. It's, yeah, a lovely walk, this one. So the other thing I've done different on this walk as well, not done different deliberately, but I have these nicotine pouches, and I put one in my mouth, and they sometimes make you a bit lazy, a bit. So if I feel my energy dipping at all, I'll spit this out and we'll crack on. So we're up, we're back. What did I want to talk about on this one? Oh yeah, editing my videos. It's quite tricky. It'd be lovely to go back and have this nice editing suite and make sure everything was, you know, almost automated and done for me, but it's quite tricky at the moment. But I don't mind, because I'm basically, yeah, stockpiling all of these videos, working out what to do as I go. With my Chef Rick channel, I'm trying to change the thumbnails as well at the minute, because my thumbnails, they are dull, very, very dull. And it says, like, if it's how to make fish and chips, it says like how to make fish and chips like across the middle of the food. So I asked AI, and I said, no, Ricky, it's good, but it could be well improved. So I'm going to be working on thumbnails and making all that nice and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, here we are, out again. I was really looking forward to doing this, as it's a great thing, and I thought that's definitely a good sign. When you get down here, let's see where we walk. We come back up this way. Here, those cows. I've not got a lead for Rio, but we're not going through any. We're not going to see any animals on this walk. And it's later on in the day, so probably won't be too many walkers about. We should be fine. You know what? I'll keep this in. So yeah, I've been looking forward to doing this. It's not one of those things where I'm like, okay, let's force this, let's go on, say something, be a vlogger. Be a vlogger. But I'm not. Yeah, I've been looking forward to getting out and doing it, getting back, getting another one recorded, because like I've said in the previous one, it's dead nice that Rio gets a walk. By the way, I don't only walk Rio when I'm doing this. It's just a perfect way to go and do, you know, walks that aren't just out from our house. Where we live, we're dead lucky. We've got a dead nice park next to us, so you can take Rio for a walk very, very easily. But yeah, to come and do more beautiful walks is, yeah, it's a great excuse to be getting out and doing this. I'll film the path for a bit, just whilst I'm thinking about some of the things I was going to talk about. Well, that's something I was going to talk about on this. I'm not drinking any alcohol this year. It's 2025, and I live and breathe alcohol. I sell alcohol, I make alcohol. I used to have a restaurant where I was surrounded by alcohol, and you find that you're always drinking, always. And all my heroes seem to drink all day, and it's all well and good if you're a writer or a rock star, whatever else, but it never ends well. And it got so normalised that even though you felt like, oh, I'm not going out and having a skinful, you just were just drinking all the time. Like I say, in a restaurant, you're drinking with customers, or in the bar, drinking with customers. And with the gin and the whiskey, you're always sampling and tasting with people and doing all this. So you find that you're just putting so much alcohol in your body. And for me, it was just it was the dread, the anxiety in the mornings. And I hated it. Every single morning, like, oh God, feeling rough. And I normally would say I'll take a couple of months off at the start of each year, just to detox a little bit. And I said to my wife, I said, I'm going to try and take a year off. I'm going to try and have a year off alcohol. 2025, do a full year off again. I keep referencing these people that I like. So Bill Burr, I think he was a heavy drinker, and I don't like to say, we don't like to say the A word, because the fact that I can stop at any time, which is what people say, but I've kind of proven it many times. I would consider myself more of a, even though it's an uglier word, like a binge drinker. Like, I would just drink and drink and drink just consistently, rather than someone who was like shaking in the morning, needed their alcohol in the morning. It wasn't like that, but it was every day. So I thought, oh God, we'll do a full year, see how we get on. Now we're in August, and when I did this at the start of the year, or when I first, put it out there to Amy, I thought, oh God, I've got a stag do, a wedding, a holiday at my mum's house. My mum lives in Portugal, so we always have very late nights at my mum's house drinking and all the rest of it. And I thought, Christ, how's this year going to be? The stag do was the big one. Actually, not drinking at all was fine. January, February, March, April, no big deal at all. No cravings whatsoever. I was ready. And I remember New Year's Eve thinking, like, I was done with drinking in November, let's say October, November. But for me, and yes, I know all these motivational speakers will say that January the 1st doesn't have to be the time, you can, tomorrow or right now can be the moment and the first day of the rest of your life and all that. But for me, the start of a year is symbolic, it's massively symbolic. It's January the 1st, and you think, that's when I'm not going to drink from. So all through Christmas, yeah, I was having a nice drink with people, and on New Year's Eve, I thought, right, have a glass of wine, some red, some white, some rosé, some whiskey, some gin, some beers, but only like, almost like I was saying goodbye to them. And so I wasn't slaughtered. So by the 1st of Jan, I was like, oh, thank God, here we go. First and second, no cravings whatsoever. And honestly, by the third, I was a non-drinker. Really, it was that easy for me. And it's not that easy for everybody at all. I suppose for me, it felt really good that it was easy, because it showed that wasn't the A word. I could actually stop. I could stop anytime, and I did. And so, oh yeah, the stag do. So I went to the stag do. I didn't know any of these lads either, and so I turn up, like I've already told the main guy, my mate, the groom, I'm not drinking, and he'd probably seen me. We used to work together in London, and we, a big drink. Oh, the head office was London, so we was always down there in London, and a massive drinking culture and everything else that comes with it. So he'd seen me like well pissed many times. So when I explained it to him, probably not as clearly as I explained it just now, but when I explained to him, look, I'm not drinking this year, I'm taking a year off. So we go on the stag do. I meet these lads, fucking great lads. And what was happening later on, I was a drinking game later on, where, fucking hell, you fail in the task, whatever the fucking thing was, and then you have a drink. And so I fail at it, and I'm like, wait, have a drink. And the groom was like looking at lads who went, no, don't give him any. And I was like, whoa, do they think this is a big thing? So I had to stop them and say, listen lads, here's what's going on. And I told them the story. So like, I love alcohol, I love watching you all drink, this is no issue for me whatsoever, but I'm not going to be drinking for this year. And they all loved it, of course, top lads. None of them like, come on, fucking have one, go on, it's a stag do, go on, none of that. As if anyone could peer pressure me, or would even attempt it, you know what I mean? It's not like that when you get a bit older. It's a nice house. So I decided, so the stag do. So a couple of these lads don't really drink much. Some of them don't hardly drink at all. One's, he's an athlete. One's works in fitness, so they're not big drinkers anyway. a couple of them obviously mustn't get to drink too much, so they went mad. They went mad on it, and they were deliberately losing drinking games to down massive measures of whiskey. And as someone who's drunk their fair share of whiskey in my life, I was watching some of these measures the lads were having, like, oh Jesus Christ, they're going to be in major trouble here. And before you knew it, they passed out, they're unconscious, they can't do anything. And I was there. Obviously I was smoking with one lad, so we had our little vice, and the vibe was a bit different because drinkers and smokers, it never works. Those two vices don't blend well, ever. Never smoke after you've been drinking, and don't drink after you've been smoking, or don't combine the two. They're just not a good mix. And so we were on a slightly different vibe, but it was class, great music. And look at him, he's desperate to go in. How can I say no? Go on then, Ree, you can go in. Go on, it's okay. I'll deny this dog nothing. No, not that we ever have denied him anything, but I think it was a bit too... We've been so cautious with him recently because of his legs and everything, but I just think if he's happy when he's dipping his paws in water like that, which he always is, I can't say no. Come on you, let's go. Look at that, he always has like a bit of a turbo boost when he's got his paws all nice and cold. Right, I'll bring you back in a sec. Hoping that lad's going to go off left here, because if he goes left, we're going right. And that's where we're about to walk, right up there. Go, he's gone. So yeah, the stag do, I was able to do all the driving and do all the cooking, and it gave me something to do. And I thought, I know exactly who I would be in this situation normally. Like, of course, life and soul, making everyone laugh, being all stupid, just being well pissed, and to not feel that way and to... Oh, car coming, sorry. Oh, one sec. Crept up on me. You probably saw it before I did. I heard it. So yeah, on the stag do, I could drive, I could cook, and yeah, the lads being like, oh Rick, you've done so much, oh god, oh, you know, all pissed. But I said, honestly lads, I'm loving every minute of this. It's a pleasure. And I came back from it on the Sunday just feeling fantastic. I'm feeling fresh still, and not being like, oh, I'm dead. I felt great. Come on you. Hi pal. Okay, cattle grazing. Well, we'll keep Rio right by our side, don't worry about that. Oh yeah, and here's the the start of a massive hill. So I probably will just be stopping a bit on this one, just so you don't have to deal with my heavy breathing. Go on there. Oh, already out of breath, not even started the hill. It's embarrassing. I used to run up this hill years ago in a former life, and now flipping out just on the steps, and I'm breathing heavy. Anyway, so the stag do was easy, made some great friends. Okay, that one's out of the way. Then the wedding, and the wedding was the same thing. I was able to, because I normally get, again, far too drunk at weddings. I love a wedding, and yeah, normally get really, really pissed. And this time, nothing. Again, I was having a few alcohol-free beers, which I totally get when it was like, it was a hot day and you're outside in the sun, load of lads all drinking Peronis. There's me with a freezing cold Peroni Zero, and you wouldn't have known any difference in the conversation, the way it flowed. I thought this, and it's very cliche. I think every drinker thinks the same thing. That's it's the alcohol that's making you, you know, sociable and funny and all the rest of it, but it's not. It's in you anyway. The alcohol is just kind of the shortcut. It just turns on that dial instantly, but you just lose so many inhibitions and you say things that are dead funny but a bit shocking, but there was none of that. And I thought to myself, I was almost testing myself all through the night because I was a daytime guest. So when evening guests come over, I'll be going over to people, hey, how's it going? Just chatting away. Again, made loads of friends. And it was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Oh, come on. Right, let me gather my thoughts, 2 secs. There we go. So at the wedding, it was in the Cotswolds, and the hotel was 5 minutes from Stow-on-the-Wold, literally 5 minutes drive. So of course the do finishes midnight, and people need to get back to Stow-on-the-Wold, and obviously there's no Ubers. Everyone's, oh, how are we going to do this? What are we going to do? So me and another guy didn't drink, just driving people back and forth, just shuttling them back and forth, and everyone, oh no, thank you, so I appreciate you so much, I appreciate it. It's like, I know you do, and you don't know how welcome you are, because I've been you 1,000 times, you know, trying to get a lift somewhere when you're pissed and someone offers you one and you're all over them, and you wake up the next morning like, oh, so cringe. But I suppose I didn't think any of those people were cringe the next morning. I just thought, great people who were just pissed. And so here I am now, 8 months in, no alcohol, not a drop past these lips, and I feel great. I say that as I'm panting my way up this hill, but I noticed some of the bloat went out of my face a little bit, and I think a big thing that they say with alcohol is a lot of what you're hooked on is the sugar. So I've found myself drinking lots of milkshakes and sugary drinks, but I think I've enjoyed this, the challenge of the 8 months, because it has been a challenge at times. There's moments where you would just have like on Sunday, my dad had it was this beautiful restaurant, we were outside, and my dad had a freezing cold beer pint, and it looked like something AI. It was the most perfect looking cold pint ever, condensation all down the glass. It's like, oh, I had a non-alcoholic beer and it just wasn't the same, but I thought, just for that refreshment, am I then going to deal with all the crap that comes with it tomorrow? So, oh, and the other thing about my industry, I'm very, very lucky in what I do, because sometimes you'll be around people who are opening a cask. A cask and a barrel are the same thing. This certain special whiskey, it's not been opened for 75 years, and would everyone like a little sample? And I've still gone, no, no thank you. Made an excuse. You don't want to tell people that you're selling alcohol to that you don't drink alcohol. They'd be like, what? You can probably see behind me, we've got a beautiful view. Perfect timing to get to this flat bit. Oh, I'm gonna have a rest for a sec and show you where we've just walked. Oh, so over there is Macclesfield Forest. Over there, that's Shutlings Low, one of the highest points in Cheshire. that lovely house was saying. And just got this beautiful view across. Jodrell Bank, of course, in the distance. And we've still got to climb all the way up there. So yeah, believe it or not, these views get even better the higher we go. There we are. So yeah, so I did the wedding. That was great. Oh yeah, when people offer you a little cask, and I think having a sip of a cask, just letting some insanely aged and amazing and very expensive spirit just touch my lips, that's not going to get me a hangover, that's not going to get me any dread. But I think when you've done a challenge which is a bit psychological as well, it's that side of it that I'm like, no, I just won't let anything pass these lips, as they say. Yeah, I saw on YouTube as well some wine guy, I forget his name, he's really good, I think he's quite famous. I'll get his name and tell you the next one, but he's there trying these most beautiful white wines, and that's something I really like, a nice glass of white wine. And again, not being able to have that has been, yeah, a challenge at times, but the feeling the next morning instantly just tells you you're right for what you're doing. So yeah, alcohol free. Will I go back to it? Yeah, I will, in the circumstances that I've just mentioned there. So I'm not just drinking every night or all day, but yeah, when it is time for that perfect glass of wine or that freezing cold beer, or tasting a new release of a single malt, well, of course I will be drinking again. And our best product, our number one product, oh, here we go. Oh, here we are. I mean, what a bench. The view. Okay, we are. Come on, let's do this. Get a real sweat on here. Oh, we'll do a thumbnail at the top. That's been a fun thing. Yeah, you say you find I'll find my voice with these vlogs. But I think one thing that I did enjoy was that whole like stop and take a thumbnail. So yeah, we'll do a thumbnail in a minute. I think probably a decent enough spot for one. Let's do it. Oh. Years and years ago, a friend of mine, we'd been out clubbing, so we were in a bad way the next morning, not slept and everything, so we came in that way, not the climb, but we brought an airbed, a duvet and pillows and everything, and put them there and just kind of lay in this outdoor bed, just looking at the view and just, you know, chilling out and laughing. Anyone walking past must have thought we were mad, but just when you're young, you don't think, do you? What a place to be. Let's do a thumbnail here. Rio? Ready? Right, come on, Rio. Let's go here. This'll do. Right, come inside. Come here, side. No. Like, that'll do. Turn around. Like this. There you go. Rio. Should do it. All right, let's go. Go on. Good boy. So there we go. Alcohol. Gone. What can I tell you about me? I mentioned in the last one, like I say, this doesn't have to be sequential. It doesn't have to run in order. You don't have to have watched the previous video before you watch another one, but I did mention, I feel like I've got these tears ready to come, and I was thinking about it afterwards, and I thought, oh God, if I was, let's say I had a big audience, you would have people worrying with comments like that, like, oh, you know what, you really need to cry, you know, you really need to get it out. I know, I know, I'm a big crier, big fan of a tear, cry at anything. Just show me some sort of, you know, something with manipulative music behind it, like soft, slow piano or a bit of Coldplay, and I'm like, oh. But I always think, sometimes if you're not crying for a bit, you just need to let it all out, and you feel fantastic afterwards. I say you feel fantastic, you at least don't feel bunged up. So yeah, please nobody worry about, oh, he needs to cry. I find myself just like, Amy and I watch this these Tiny Desk concerts. They're on YouTube, and it's NPR Records in their head office. They put on these concerts, and Tiny Desk concerts, you probably know what I'm talking about already. If not, and you're stuck in a rut with what you listen to. If you're only listening to the same songs over and over, they might be, I reckon we've got pretty eclectic music taste. We listen to everything from the bloody 50s onwards, really. But if you want to know what's going on now, go on Tiny Desk concert and just choose a random artist. See one the other day, Wet Leg. Wet Leg? Okay, now let's watch them, let's see what they can do. And the good thing about Tiny Desk concerts are, it's very, very raw. There's no, can't hide behind anything. It's your instruments are really beautifully kind of set up, and the mic is super clear, and the camera that films it is in like super 4K, so it's very authentic. There's nowhere to hide with them, and you'll find some of the best music. Wet Leg now, can't stop listening to them, amazing. The songs are stuck in my head. There's a song stuck in my head right now of Wet Legs. Wet Legs, Wet Leg. Yeah, Wet Legs, one of their songs. And then you'll watch some of the most beautiful music, and you feel yourself crying there and getting it out. So yeah, don't think I sit there and cry watching music videos all the time, or that I needed to cry. I just think that one needs clarifying. Don't think I don't know, not in a good place, because I really am. Yeah, it's been a great year. So yeah, so we had a restaurant. I had to close the restaurant, and I say this to everyone, it's become a bit of a line I say now, but it is true. Like, we had 5-star reviews non-stop, like in the best reviews. It was busy, always busy. And anybody walking past probably thought, oh, the millionaires, but it's not like that. We weren't taking a salary from it, so it was getting to the point where, how long are we going to do this for no money? Like, one more lockdown and we're in trouble. So we closed the restaurant straight away, straight back to a corporate job, literally the day. Yeah, I'll tell you this, I'll show you this, just a little bit of the old machinery. That thing's sawed massive stone blocks. There we go. That's a crane that would obviously load them down the hill on the other side. I think over here is like a rock crushing machine, but yeah, the kids love playing in that crane, as do all kids who come up here, of course. Some information about the quarry if you want to know. So yes, we closed the restaurant, and I looked at the till. We were sat there, both of us, in tears. There you go, talking about tears. We were both there, just in tears, like, fuck, closing our restaurant. And I looked at the till, and one of my friends is a director of the business who makes the tills. And obviously I've been using that till for a year and a bit, so I knew it inside out. So I just rang him. I said, look, we're going to close the restaurant. I said, but I know how to sell this till. Are there any jobs? Yep, straight away. Didn't even really interview. Met the guy who would be my manager. Fucking great guy. Great guy. If you ever watch this, you know you are. Fucking great guy. Australian guy. And I did that straight away. Boom, there's a salary. Oh, here you go, some people coming. Some nice people up here. So yeah, so I went and got this corporate job, and like within a week I'm on a good salary. And yeah, I'm in the corporate world at this point. There's some people there, but watch this, I'm going to keep vlogging because I just don't care. And so yeah, so now I've got a salary and a fuel card, and I can go on this. I'm in London all the time and all the rest of it, and the whole time I just kept thinking, like, every day in that job, I don't like this, I don't like it. I liked it when you found these people a solution. That's all I cared about. And that's not, I don't know, you're not the best salesperson, you may as well be a customer service person. Like, I just wanted to make sure everyone was happy and everything got done, but I did not care one bit about the product. I thought it was too expensive, and being on the other end of it, I hated it. I fucking hated it, and I was miserable, thoroughly miserable. I was a sort of mid-table performer. I was well liked in the business, but I was like a mid-table sort of performer, and I was like, well, where's this going? You know, I want to do, obviously I want to work in hospitality again. And then this my friend was looking for a brand ambassador for his gin and his whiskey business, which I knew again inside out, because I'm from Macclesfield, they're from Macclesfield. They're quite famous in this area. In fact, the gin is quite famous all over the world. It's amazing. And he was looking for a brand ambassador. So long story short, I've quit my corporate job. I'm this brand ambassador. I chopped my salary. I basically quartered my salary. And my wife is so incredible that it was like, I didn't just jump. I was like, look, here's what I want to do. So she crunched the numbers. She goes, you'll have to get them to write you some sort of commission structure in there, which they did. So I can pay the bills, but it's not enough. It's nowhere near enough. And I will never, ever, ever, ever go to another company. It's nice now, I'll get headhunted because I know my spirits really well, but I'll never go to another company at this point. I would love to have that as a revenue stream, but not have to, you know, worry about it being a 9-to-5, just always sell it and always promote it, because I can, and I love it, but not have it as my, you know, every single thing that I do. Don't want to live and breathe it anymore. I want the freedom, because ultimately that's all I care about, is freedom and happiness and making a bit of a difference. And if you're a YouTuber, a vlogger, well, freedom is bloody, that's the one thing you've got in droves, freedom. Go on, Rio. So where was I going? Oh yeah, the fact that this is a restorative year, if you like. So I started doing that job at the end of last year. I started doing this job at the end of last year, and I'm now really in my stride. I'm opening some doors that the owners have not been able to open, and I'm getting really good feedback from people, and there's no stress around it. It's like a till system, a whole till system for a restaurant. They're opening on Friday night. And if the till system's down, Jesus Christ, can you even imagine? So, whereas with this, the worst thing in the world that could ever happen is someone doesn't get their gin. Well, all right, there's other drinks you can give to customers. It's nothing's going to be the end of the world, but I still treat it like everything is the end of the world. So, it makes me probably good at selling it because I care so much. Right, I'll carry on with that in a minute. There's some people coming now. They've put their dog on a lead, so let's see what's going on. Jeez, just that. Just those people there. Just so lovely, so lovely. Yeah, so here I am now. I've got everything. I've got the amazing kids, the amazing wife. Look where I live. You know what I mean? But I've not got the money. Oh, and I've got a great job. As in, I work for a great company with a great boss, with a great product. A young company as well. There's 8 of us in the business. And really, the sky's the limit for where this business could go. But the owners, it's not a fault of theirs. They could save money if they did it in loads of different ways, but they won't. They're all about the best quality of everything. And you can't argue with it because it makes the best spirit. And it's in the most beautiful bottle, and it is a premium spirit. And in times of, you know, financial crisis, premium always survives. Whoa, hello. Always survives, as I went over a rock there. So yeah, so I've got everything apart from the money, and that's where, okay, well, how am I going to do that? And again, you can't force these. If you're not someone who can talk to a camera, or someone who's got something about them, I think you struggle if you went, right, I'm going to now force myself. I'm going to do a vlog, and here's what I'm talking about. And today's vlog, it's got to be natural, and hopefully I'm natural at it. Doesn't feel forced from my side anyway, so I'm sure the YouTube comments will have their own opinion. But yeah, this year has all been about like just getting back to where we were. So we left the restaurant with some debt. We could have wiped it all off, just go, yeah, you know, wipe it all. But no, we said, you know, we understand we're going to carry a lot of these debts, and we're doing everything to just keep clearing them. But now I could do with a decent revenue stream. So it's been a fantastic year, but like a restorative year. That's how it's felt. And it was always going to be, oh, I'll do one of these. I said I'd do one of these in like February, and then it got to March, and it was only, well, how many have we done now? This is the 3rd one. But I've just done them. It's like a case of just do it. So here we go, we've done it. And I can't tell if this is a really short one or not. I thought this was going to be dead long today. I think it could be probably the shortest one. Yeah, but it doesn't matter, does it? Because the whole point is getting out there and doing it. Oh, and the other thing I thought, for people who don't want to watch some guy panting his way around Cheshire, it could just be a podcast as well if I did it without the video. You know, cut out all the bits where I'm just panting or walking or not talking, and just have the audio together as a podcast. If I was saying stuff that was entertaining. At the minute, I think these first ones, again, find your voice, find what you're really going to be talking about, and go from there. But anyway, we're back. Is that good, Rio? Bit of a short one for you. Well, can I do a sign off here? So I'm watching. Doesn't matter if anyone's watching. Thank you so much for watching that one. We'll see you on the next one.